Vegan burger startup Beyond Meat got their initial public listing off to a sizzling start as its share price almost tripled to make it the biggest U.S. company IPO since the financial crisis of 2008. Now, shares were priced at $25 on NASDAQ ahead of trading. It started, though, at $46 a share when the market opened up, but a surge saw it rise to finish the day at a whopping $65.75. That's a gain of 163%. Now, it puts Beyond Meat's value at $3.8 billion, blowing way past the initial estimates of $1.5 billion. The company began back in 2009, but changing tastes and trends, well, they have seen it firmly capture a growing global trend towards plant-based meat alternatives. It counts Leonardo DiCaprio, Jessica Chastain, and even Microsoft founder Bill Gates as investors, and it's environmentally friendly. Its signature product, the Beyond Burger, reportedly uses less water, less land, less energy, while also generating fewer greenhouse gas emissions. That's compared to your average beef burger. But it's not alone in jumping on the vegan bandwagon, of course. Competition in the market it's all heating up. Impossible Foods also joined forces with Burger King to release an Impossible Whopper just last month. And other retail giants like Nestle and Unilever, they're also looking to get a bite out of this sector. For more on this, let's bring in Katrina Fox. She's founder of Vegan Business Media, and she joins us now from Sydney, Australia. Katrina, good evening. Is this very successful launch a sign of things to come?
Absolutely, Dawn. It really is. I think the fact that expectations have far exceeded what was expected shows that this market is continuing to grow. The global vegan meat market is estimated to grow anywhere between to $6 and $9 billion in the next 3 to 6 years. There's been various studies done, and they're slightly different, but basically it's absolutely a growing market, and I think it's really telling that people are jumping in to get on the bandwagon to buy these shares. Got very high profile investors, and as you mentioned, we've got multinational companies like Unilever and Nestle jumping on these investments. That's unprecedented. They never would have looked at vegan products just even a few years ago. We're also seeing Tyson, which was an initial investor in Beyond Meat, that's now sold its shares in Beyond Meat and is now creating its own plant-based burgers as well. And these are next level plant-based burgers. So these are not your lentil patties or vegetable patties. These are products that mimic the taste, the smell, the look, even the way they cook and sizzle, so that they really replicate their animal-based counterparts. And I absolutely expect to see this market continue to grow. It's very exciting, and it's very much needed, of course, because of the environmental damage that animal agriculture does. It's a leading cause of greenhouse gas emissions, air pollution, water pollution. We're also seeing overfishing of our oceans. We are at a dangerous point in terms of climate change, and animal agriculture is one of the leading causes. So I think we're going to continue to see people embracing these vegan and plant-based products, provided that they taste and smell and look, and basically they're pretty much exactly like their animal-based counterparts. And I think that's the difference, and I think we're definitely going to see this market grow.
In a way, Katrina, what you're saying is that perhaps people are going beyond wanting vegetarian options, but essentially wanting more environmentally friendly options.
Yes, I think you're absolutely right, because I think the studies that have been done have shown that the 3 key areas that people are switching to plant-based, or at least cutting right down on their meat and becoming what's called flexitarian, is environmental concerns are a major one. We realise that we are consuming far too much meat, far too many animal products, and it literally is harming us, because when we harm the environment, we harm ourselves. So that's a key decision that people make regarding the environment, but also generally speaking, plant-based products are better for our health, so people are interested in it from that perspective. And then, of course, we have the animals, and there's a growing trend now. People have been able to see on social media the dreadful things that happen to animals, and that they shouldn't be exploited or commodified when we don't need to. If we don't have to give up our favourite foods and harm animals, nobody really wants to harm animals. I don't think anybody really wakes up and says, oh, great, I'm going to have my burger. I'm really glad that a cow was killed for this. They don't. don't, but they like the taste, they like the texture, they enjoy it, and if we can give them plant-based versions of that, then I think we're seeing now that people really are embracing that, and that's what Beyond Meat is doing. It's not aimed at people like me who's been vegan for 22 years. It's aimed at the general population. They deliberately insist that their products are sold in the meat case so that people can, if they're going to pick up another animal-based product, then can choose the Beyond product instead. So again, this is completely unprecedented. We've never seen anything like this before. So it's actually quite exciting.
Katrina, meat-free options, they're gaining interest and value in the United States and Europe. Do you think this trend is going to make a dent in this region as well?
In Asia, I think so, definitely. I mean, we're seeing moves, for example, by China, parts of China, which again want to cut right back on their environmental footprint. And so, yes, definitely. I mean, I think there's a product called Omni Pork, which is based out of Hong Kong, David Yung, who has created that, because pork is, as you know, obviously very much consumed in Asian markets. And I think that's going to be really quite important, because Western products are being created for Western palates and cuisines. So I think with the Asian market, there's definitely room there for more entrepreneurs and businesses to come in, but to be very careful to make sure that they're paying attention to what the culture wants and to produce products that are in line with the Asian market and not just mimicking the Western products.